What's up, guys? How you doing? I wanted to give you guys an update as to how we're doing. We are in the middle of moving. We are in the middle of moving our house. Have sold our house. Its final closing is the end of this month, the end of April. So you can probably see behind me, we are well into packing, and our house is actually a disaster at the moment, but we are in the middle of packing. So that's really cool. We're doing great. Family's doing awesome. We're going through a bit of a hiccup at our church. They said some things at a sermon recently that we just can't stand behind and we don't get behind. So we're talking with the elders and stuff. So that's kind of a frustration for us right now. A bit of something different. Work for me is going okay. As most of you guys know, the company I work for offered me this great promotion and then decided to go in a different direction, which is extremely frustrating. And so we're dealing with that. I'm going through a cold. You can probably hear it in my voice. My voice is kind of leaving me at the moment. I wanted to come to you guys and just say how you doing, because it's been so long since I've seen you. But something cool that I learned in the Bible recently, been doing my own studies and stuff. So in the book of Exodus, when the Israelites and the Hebrew people are coming out of Egypt, they cross through what we call the Red Sea. But actually, when you look at the Hebrew and you look at the language, it's actually the Sea of Reeds, or the Reeds Sea, the Reeds Sea. And somehow through history, what Reed Sea turned into Red Sea in English. And so now we know it as Red Sea, but it's actually the Reeds Sea. And what makes that even more amazing is that in the Egyptian culture, in Egyptian mythology, you would have to pass through the Reed Sea in death. When you died, you passed through the Reed Sea to get to the afterlife. And so when you look at that story from that perspective, we as Christians and the Hebrew people saw that going through the Reed Sea and coming out the other side, the Hebrew people, as passing through death, God saving them from death, going through the other side. As Christians, we look back on that as baptism, that they were baptized and died to their former selves and were raised on the other side into the kingdom of God. And us as Christians, this side of the cross, we look at that as baptism. And it's even called that in Hebrews and in other passages. But as the Egyptian people, they would have looked at it as the same exact thing, that the Hebrew people went through death, through the Sea of Reeds, and came out the other side, that the God of the Hebrew people saved them from death. But then the Pharaoh and the Egyptian armies, the mights of the greatest superpower of the time, went into the Sea of Reeds, and they all died. All of the Egyptian people died, and they couldn't get through, and their gods didn't save them. And learning that side of the Egyptian mythology and how that would have rang true for them was really cool for me. I hope you guys are doing well. Pardon me, I got to nerd out on the Bible a little bit, but I love you guys. I'm really looking forward to seeing you guys in May. I'm hoping that we can all get back together. I've missed being with you guys. I've missed getting together. And we're going to jump straight into Mark. We're going to jump straight into Mark in May. And so I'm looking forward to starting that with you guys. We're going to try to look at things a little bit differently than we have been, and try to look at Christ and what he has for us through the book of Mark, and using what we've learned in Genesis as kind of a backbone. So I'm looking forward to seeing you guys. I love you guys. Thank you. I look forward to seeing the rest of your guys' updates. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Thanks.